So, welcome back to the village of Colton, and in the last video we came walking up there and we turned into here, which is Reading Room Drive, and this leads you on to Colton Village Hall, which is just in front. That's where we finished in the last video, so this is where we continue in this video. So we've just walked through the village hall, kept to the right hand side of the field, was it? Left hand side of the field, came through the gate, and then there's this beautiful wildflower meadow. And I've just thought I'd stop to film because I don't know if you can see on the camera, but just look how many butterflies are flying around there. Hundreds of them. Okay, so we follow the field and it looks like we're heading straight through a field of crop. Slightly, I think that's the one we want. It doesn't say Staffordshire Way, but according to my map it looks like we do a very slight left, more or less straight on, over there somewhere. There's no clear path through there, so what do you do? There's a little bit of a worn out sign there, heading back. So like I say, the sign says it's straight across the field. I can see somebody walking in the distance over there, but there's just a field of crop. I don't really want to trample them, so I'm going to walk all the way around the edge of the field like a good little boy. So we came through there somewhere over the back. I didn't cut through the field, I sort of went round, and it's come to it's a funny shaped field, but there's some lovely views. I can just see, move the camera up, just to the right of that little mound of trees there. I don't know if the camera can pick it up. You can see the telecom tower at Pye Green on Cannock Chase, so that must be Cannock Chase over there. I think we've sort of, I can see some signs down there, so I'm just going to continue round the edge and try and get back on the Staffordshire Way. But I did stop to admire this mighty oak that seems to have split and then rejoined there. How lovely. Much different from our last walk, which was mainly canal towpath. This has been quite a long field. After the crop field that I walked all the way around, we walked along the edge of those trees, then diagonally across to the path is saying this side of a stream, which I presume is just in that behind those trees, and the grass is just getting longer and longer. It's tickling my knees. Well, according to my map, that was the little gap that we found. According to my map, I was slightly off, and I've come down to where the line on my map says we should be crossing this here. There should be a bridge across a small stream, but that is just overgrown and barbed wire. So that's dead end corner, but walking back it looks like there's a public footpath gate there, so we're going to try that even if it's not the Staffordshire Way. There was a cut through somewhere over there, but looking at that field it's overgrown like this one, and it just looks like it could be that side. Let's investigate this gate first. Okay, my map's just slightly wrong, that's all. So as we cut through the field, and my map was telling me to stay sort of along there, all I had to do was do a slight diagonal to the right. Happy days.
just accidentally walked into someone's garden. Followed this track up to the farm,
You could tell that's just a dead end, like a courtyard. So the only way, there was a bit of a path there, but it looked like someone's garden. So I've gone walking through, thinking I was on the, someone's out the window, what are you doing? So I apologised, I said I'm sorry, I'm following the Staffordshire Way, and he said I should be in that field, the other side of the hedge, but there was fencing at the edge of the track, so you can't get into the field there, so I'm going to backtrack and hopefully find a way. This is not going very well, is it? Right, so I came walking up here earlier, and my map does say up there, obviously it's a dead end. Maybe there are signs and they're overgrown. And that's where I ended up going to someone's garden. And he said I should be the other side in this field. Here you are, well hidden. Well, I'll update my map as soon as I get home. This is the Staffordshire Way. Across that stile there, and there's Blithfield Reservoir over there. Now early this morning on my way to this walk, there's a bridge that runs right through the middle of the reservoir, and I parked there and I filmed this. So, I was on my drive over this morning to park up in Abbots Bromley, where I'll be finishing the walk today. And as I was driving, I noticed I was going to drive straight through the middle of this reservoir. So I thought I'd get out and film it from this point of view, because later on we'll be walking somewhere right over the back there. Thank you for watching that. Now we're back on the Staffordshire Way. Somehow, see, my map said it was down and across, but that sign said more diagonal. So somewhere over there is the Staffordshire Way, and we sort of skirt away from the reservoir over there, and then into the village of Abbots Bromley. It's just the far side of said reservoir. So let's crack on and finish this section of the Staffordshire Way. So I've been walking along this track, and there's a gate just up there, and I almost missed this. A tiny little hole in these bushes, the remains of a stile, and behind the tree there it looks like a public footpath sign. Ooh, my map is saying, I was just going to say that could be a Staffordshire Way sign. That was a Staffordshire Way sign, so we're going through here. Picked the wrong part of the walk to wear shorts. And great. Blithfield Reservoir is just up there, above that embankment. We can't really see it from the Staffordshire Way. I've been brought to this track, which Staffordshire Way now goes through the gate and up that hill. And there's a herd of cows with their young calves just hanging around by the gate. So I'm going to high five and hope that they move away. for 10 minutes. I managed to send the drone up, but the winds are quite high, so I just sent it up, get a quick view of the reservoir, brought it back down. Quick, the cows have gone. Just a second. This has got more of a chance. Up the track there, spotted the sign. I thought I was going to be carrying on up the track. Spotted the sign with the stile. That does say straight ahead, but there's nothing. Oh, there's a broken stile and a I presume this is where I'm meant to go, but I know I finish at the church, which is just there, so I filmed that this morning. Oof. I must say, I have never been on a walk like this section where there's been so many broken stiles. There's loads. This does look a bit dangerous, to be fair. It looks like I need to be that side, but let's see if there's another way across. So if I would have crossed the stream, I'm guessing I would have walked this side of the stream. I think I need to be over there because it looks a bit blocked off up the corner. There's no visible way through, and I know we need to be heading towards the so I'm going to chance it. I really don't fancy the bridge of death, or the bridge of slight ankle injury. So we're going to try this one, this way, see if I can find where I can jump the brook. Okay, so we've come down to this pipe. I'm just going to go for it. Not that deep here. Got the waterproof boots on. Don't try this at home. Or don't try that bridge at home. Maybe I should have stayed on the other side of the stream. Maybe that little bridge is now defunct because I crossed over and I followed it and it just comes to a dead end. Now it looks like there's a bit of a lane or track just the other side of these hedgerows, which probably leads up to the church. So I've either missed a turn over there somewhere, or it does look like there's a stile over the far side which may lead onto the church. Just had a check on the map, and I shouldn't have crossed the stream according to the map. I should have walked along the stream for a little bit and then headed away from it, and my line takes me over there, and it looks like there's a stile over there which looks like it leads onto the church. So we're going to cross back over the stream. Looks a bit deeper here than it was back there, and muddier. Pooier. We've made it. Welcome to the beautiful village of Abbots Bromley. This is where I finish this section of the walk, and I will continue in the next part towards Uttoxeter. So we'll pick it up again from here. I'll put a what 3 words up at the bottom of the screen. Thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Please give us a like, subscribe and all that, and I hope to see you soon in one of my other walking videos. Ta-ra a bit. much.